Okay, today I want to go through some of the more uncommon features of the MV8800, more so entering in individual drum hits on the drum grid as opposed to real time hitting the drums. Okay, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So down here, number 6, I've got my full drums, which is actually connected up to MIDI connected up to an older Akai sampler, 3200 XL. So I've got all my drum hits in. So the first thing I want to do, obviously this is all on the VGA screen. Next video, I just want to do it on the actual inbuilt screen as well on the MV to show you how easy that is as well. So all we want to do now, actually I will just delete this, delete all the, where are we? Erase all events firstly. Yep, let's start afresh. And all we got to do is hit drum grid. So once we hit drum grid represented with the 16 grid, we want 16 grid to actually mimic one of the old, those old analog drum machines, or any drum machine really. So basically this represents the 16th hits on one bar of a drum loop. Step time 120, so that's what we want. We can right click on the mouse to hear all our individual sounds as such. Now you do want 16 grid, you don't want 16 notes, because that will obviously just put in, if I hit, let's just hit, so that's in 16 notes. So what I've done, basically, this is quite handy for inputting chords, which I'll do another tutorial on another time. But I want to get rid of all of that, because what we want is 16 grid. Okay, so all you got to do, you can use the cursor or the mouse. I quite like using the cursor on this thing. Find a drum hit you like, and then all you've got to do is basically press the pads. So I'm going to press 1, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Then I'm going to look for a snare sound. That's pretty good. Now let's go to 5 and 13. Now notice here I'm using full velocity at the moment because I can go back and alter these to my liking. So now I'm going to look for obviously hat sound. So I've got a hat there. So what I'm going to do for the hat, something slightly different. I'm going to press multi-level on the MV. Okay. So this way I can get some nice dynamics going. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning, step 1. So I'm going to alternate. It's going to be alternating 16th pattern. So so this is going to be different velocities. So all I'm going to do is press pads and press the cursor to go to the next step. So there we go. Okay, so we've got a 16 pattern here. Let's play back and see what it sounds like. Stop. Okay, so what you can do now, you can go back and now, so all I'm doing here is just basically changing the velocities of the hit using the cursor and the jog wheel. Okay, let's change some of these around. And notice with the jog wheel, you can actually enter in drum hits as well. So that's another way of doing it. Now, the good thing about the MV, I can play this back and you can actually do all this in real time. So I'll just demonstrate that. Okay, so the other thing you can do is go back to the main screen and you can just play around with, I've just had it on shuffle. Now the great thing about the quantize settings in ENV is you can turn it off, turn it on, and you can do this in real time. So once it's off, let's play. And you can play around with these settings. That really is another tutorial on all the quantized settings, so you can have a lot of fun playing around with different types of settings to your liking. But today I just want to emphasize the just the geometry. And as I said, you can go back here and just alter any of these hits to your liking. And remember, the multi-level on the hi-hats is a pretty good one to use. Thanks for now, bye.